I mean, it's, like for my son, for both of my sons, um, unfortunately found one of those articles that was talking about, what happened, and, a child, had committed suicide, and they were going into the whole thing and talking about it. And, and they talked about how the parents didn't even know, and they didn't even know that the child was, talking to somebody, via this app and everything. And I had both of my sons read it, and they were teenagers, and they both were in high school then. And I had them read the article, and we sat down and we talked. We had a family discussion where we sat down and we talked, and I walked them through, and I told them, I said, in my job is to fight bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to go ahead and protect companies and protect employees. And I told them, I said, you understand, I live in this world,
Mm-hmm.
which is the reason why, you and your brother were saying I was paranoid and this, that, and the other. No, I'm not paranoid. I'm educated because I
Mm-hmm.
see how bad it is.
And
You
you're
know,
and you're more alert than the average
yeah,
person, is safe to
yeah.
say.
And I sit there and I was telling them, I said,
Mm-hmm.
as after they read the article, they were really quiet. I said, understand, this young man
Mm-hmm.
didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
You know, he thought he was talking to somebody that was a friend. He
Mm-hmm.
thought he was talking to somebody that he could trust. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they, and I told him, I said, from this being curious about, your own sexuality, I said, that's normal. We all go through it,
Mm-hmm.
and we all go through it our whole life growing up. It doesn't stop. And I said,
Right.
and I told him, I said, and so he was doing what he thought, was natural to him, talking to somebody who he thought was a friend that he
Mm-hmm.
could trust, and they used it against him.
Right.
And I sit there and I was telling my sons, I said, anything like this happens, it's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
said, trust me on this. It's
Mm-hmm.
not the end of the world.
We'll get through it. We'll get through
Yes,
it.
I'm saying is we will get through it. I
Mm-hmm.
said, are you going to be embarrassed? Yeah. Oh my God, I just feel so bad about this. I got that, you know.
Right.
But
Well, and one piece of bad news that also has a bizarre good news upside is with Nudify apps, you don't even have to send a photo. They can just take any photo of you. They could take a photo of you, playing your sport or just standing with your friends and make you look
yeah,
naked and put you in a compromising, situation. So even if it was a real photo, you could even claim it isn't.